In the village of Umuokwe, the air was always thick with the scent of red earth, firewood, and ancient secrets. Here tradition was law carved into the very bones of the people, etched in uli symbols and echoed in the drumbeats that guided every birth, every death, every union. And among those laws, one stood above the rest. Each generation must give a maiden to the midnight spirits she would not marry. She would not be touched. She would be cloaked, veiled, and called the bride of the gods. This time they chose Mgbeke, soft-skinned, sharp-eyed Mgbeke, a girl whose beauty made the moon pause when she bathed, whose laughter was rumored to make palm trees sway. But what no one knew was that her heart had already chosen another. Obinna, a hunter from across the stream, with eyes like storm clouds and a voice that made her spine tingle when he called her name in the dark. They met under the sacred Udala tree, always after the village slept, always in silence until their hands found each other. His callous fingers danced along the lines of her back, tracing the uli markings painted during her consecration rites. Every brush of his skin ignited something deep within her, a warmth that defied every warning her mother had whispered, every curse the elders threatened. She should have been afraid. But fear had no place in the space between his lips and hers. Their touches were slow, not rushed but aching. Their bodies spoke a language older than prayer. She'd close her eyes as he kissed the hollow of her neck, whispering her name like an oath, and her breath would catch in her throat, not from shame but from the dizzying pleasure of being wanted, being known beyond her role, beyond her name. "I can't be theirs," she'd whisper into his chest, her voice trembling. "I belong to you." He would hold her tighter, forehead to hers. "Then let the gods be jealous." But the gods weren't the only ones watching. Nwanioma, her cousin, once her closest friend, had grown bitter with envy. She followed them one night, and what she saw made her blood boil. Not just the passion, but the freedom, the defiance, the kind of love she had never tasted. To be why dawn. Mgbeke's secret had been flung into the open like dirty linen on market day. The elders summoned her, voices heavy with rage. They ripped her veil, a sacred cloth handed down for generations. Her mother wept. Her father did not raise his eyes. Obinna was branded an abomination and exiled with nothing but the clothes on his back. Still Mgbeke stood tall, bruised but unbroken. "I am not ashamed," she said, voice steady, eyes blazing. "I was touched by love, not sin. If that offends the gods, let them strike me now." The skies held their breath. The wind howled through the shrine, but the gods said nothing. That night, as the village lay under heavy silence, Mgbeke vanished. Some said she fled to Obinna. Others claimed the spirits claimed her. But those who wander the hills speak of a hidden grove, where the trees lean in close, and the air hums with warmth. There, they say, two lovers built a shrine, not to gods but to the flame that lived between them. And sometimes on moon-heavy nights, if you listen past the rustling leaves and the calls of distant owls, you'll hear it. Not a prayer, not a curse, but the soft gasp of a woman in love, and the answer of a man who loved her enough to defy a world that tried to silence their desire.